Record. Okay. So I started the recording.
Okay.
Just waiting on the 15-minute to cycle on the US end. And Aussie and the 4 hours are playing ball. But the short term is a bullish trade based on the H1.
Aussie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so jerky, the market.
I think the yen pairs are trying to peak.
Yeah.
I know that on the daily chart has been they retraced to that one ball
Right.
already. So I don't know if they're gonna attempt
This
to
one
break
just
it.
took the high out.
Right. So by taking that high out, they might come back in.
And they're at this high now. So they're doing a double top.
So if it doesn't break through and keep going strong, it's just gonna doji out, I think,
Yeah.
for sure tomorrow.
But what about today?
Today it may just go back and forth if it's doji out.
Yeah, so can we find a pair that's worth trading then? The Aussie dollar.
I mean the USD yen. If the US gets strong, then it'll push the USD yen a little higher.
Yeah, it's got like a strong resistance here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth test. It'll require a lot of power to push through. When the European market closed, I don't know if it's going to have enough pep.
Right.
Okay. All the way from here, this support resistance line. It's right at that line.
Right.
And it's not, and it's in the last what? Daily, the monthly, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In a year or so, it has gone at this level multiple times as start at that level.
Right.
So he may not be a trade today. It may do a the short things, right? That it goes up to the get the pivot level, or and then come down. So everything is looking. I mean, the daily is really strong, right?
Right.
And the H4 is already pointing up. So the H1, which means the 15-minute needs to cycle to pull the H1. But if the 15-minute there's a change of direction, and this is coming down.
Right.
It'll cause the H1. Well, H1 is already peaking, but it'll cause the 13 to drop.
How about gold? Gold look like the one I was trying to cycle down.
That's what I was doing next. Yeah, dailies and a short. 15-minute needs to cycle. Yeah, it looks like a good short trade, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just went nowhere. I mean, it gave a good short trade and then just went nowhere. So if you were trading the Asian session, you would have gotten a good trade. I think all of the pairs gave a good trade in the Asian session. Or right after. Not the problem yet. But the euro dollar should have. Well, the euro market is closed. Still gave you a good trade. Well, good enough. Aussie dollar. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a dirty market. Swiss market was closed and is bounced. Manipulation going on. What is oil doing? US so third USD. It's just doing nothing. It's amazing. Market is just sitting around. EuroCAD was a good trade today, right? Yeah. Still a good trade. Maybe you should follow EuroCAD.
Yeah, your cat was one of the ones I never went back to
Yeah.
because it was on the daily looked pretty good. It had a
Yeah.
strong
Daily is good. 4 hours good. H1 was good. 15 minutes cycling down. 5 minutes is about to give a change in direction. So you just wait for a 1 minute cycle. Right?
right. Let me go over to the EuroCat. Yeah, that one you had a strong bearish day yesterday. So
Mhm.
today would have been the continuation of that. So catching the high of the day was the key thing.
Yeah. The day would have been right there.
Yeah. Oh, oil in London.
Or in the London, yeah. Good 30
I
pips.
I just never went back to this. Okay.
Entry would have been somewhere in here. 10 pip stop loss. 24 pip trade. I'll give you another entry afterwards. I'm noticing that if you wait for the red or the blue bar without this variation in there, you get shorter trades because then you got 2 time frames moving together. Whereas this one has a possibility of one going the other way. So this is kind of an iffy entry right here.
Right.
But this is a shorter entry. Just wait for like something like that. Take the trade. Here, this is not an entry here, but this is definitely an entry. Or you wait all the way to here. Otherwise, you'll be coming in the middle of a trend.
All right.
You get caught out. That's what happened to me today on the pound dollar. Kept getting caught out. All right. Here's a USD yen. It's giving you an entry long. Want to take it?
Use the yen. Let's see.
Stop loss over here. Let it right.
I'll take one entry.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll finish strong, and next hour we'll push it.
Yeah. So the first test point is here, second is here. It takes that 3 ball out, then we'll have a good trade. So this is a 11 pip stop loss with a possibility of 30 pips. So it's almost a 1 to 3. If it takes the 2 ball out, I'm going to move my stop loss right underneath it. Minimize my risk. That price is 137.90, 5 pips away. It doesn't have that indicator. Where is it? So I didn't wait for the box to break. I was dawdling in there.
Yeah, I just waited till the next hour open just to make sure.
Yeah, EuroCAD, we're playing the short. This we're playing the long. Let's see. John's here.
Oh yeah,
How are you?
not too bad, thanks.
I've forgotten I changed the times to 7:30 for Thursdays.
Oh,
How's it going, John?
oh yeah. Excuse me.
John made his money already. 54 pips. Right,
Yeah,
John?
that was really early in the day.
Yeah.
I think I had 4 or 5 trades on the pound yen. It was moving short. I took them, bang. Closed them just before the London Open, then it reversed. Big time.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, all the trades were before the London Open. After
Yeah.
London Open, it just went haywire.
Yeah. It looked to me when that was happening, this looked like a real royal performance by the London London market makers, and
Right.
I just went off, did some outside work in the house, and got back about half an hour ago. I just had a shower. I hope that would wake me up, but it hasn't. So anyway, there you go.
I got caught in that backwash. So I blew my account because of that.
Oh no.
Risk-wise. Account size-wise, I'm still okay. Because I was up 30,000 as of yesterday.
After 2 days.
Yeah.
That was like 15% in 2 days.
Yeah. And I shouldn't have traded today knowing that the markets were closed.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
should have traded a smaller, much smaller lot.
there is US news at 1:30, and there'll be some action after that.
Is there?
Yeah. Today is the 18th, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 13:30, 8:30 your time.
Yeah. Oh, there's jobless claims. Initial jobless claims. So we determined that the USD yen may have a pop to the upside, and the EuroCAD may be continuing to the downside. So that's what we are playing today.
Okay.
And USD yen, basically you're waiting on, like I said, US news. I just jumped into early, my itchy fingers,
Which one?
the USD yen. New Zealand news tonight, and then yen news tonight. After, the banks will open at that point, right? So. Of course, the Fed's Jefferson is speaking. All these people talk, and markets are closed. What is Ascension Day anyway?
It's Ascension Day it's a Catholic Christian feast.
Okay, what does it signify?
I don't know. It's when I think it's the one when Jesus rises from the dead and goes up to heaven and blah blah blah.
Oh, okay.
But it's big, and it used to be celebrated in Ireland. We used to have a day off for it many years ago, but that all stopped.
You guys are becoming socialist anyway, so Socialism has no religion.
I don't know why they don't celebrate it in Italy, but
I've never heard of it. I mean,
okay.
I've been brought up in Catholic schools and all that. They never once mentioned that. They didn't even have a mass on that day.
Yeah. It's the end of the Easter season.
Okay.
All right. It's the ascension of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And it's always, I think it's always on a Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
Now, as I said, look, it used to be a holy day of obligation in Ireland, in the Catholic religion, which was predominantly the religion of Ireland.
Right.
But that's gone by the wayside now, just like so many other things. So it's 40 days after Easter, and it's the
So almost like heralding the start at the end of spring or harvesting season or something like that.
Yeah. In physical terms, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, USN. They caught that 2-ball. I figured I will lower my lot sizes to half to 20 lots instead of 40. It'll be much safer risk-wise. I'll also have my profits, but better to be safe than sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why I went to 40. It started with 20.
Okay.
Guess I got greedy. It's interesting. The 1 minute on the yen, USD yen is just going back and forth. It's like undecided which way it wants to go.
So
And USD CAD is just a mess. I mean, Euro CAD is just a mess. Look at that.
Okay.
And the 5 is going up, the 13 is coming down.
on the US yen that you have there on your 5-minute chart, your existing candles. Between the last pink candle and the second last blue candle, mine are all aquamarine, yours are blue.
Okay, so just click on the higher time frames and come down. That's it for you. Or, well, I'm not using Fitmo on this one, so it's my other broker. Those are the only 2 reasons. You just need to refresh your data. Would that help?
Hold on. You mean as in
click on the 4 hour, there it loads, and the 1 hour 50.
Hold on. Click on the 4 hour. Click on the 1 hour. Click on the 5. No, it's the same.
Did you click on the 15?
Yeah, mine's are aqua too.
It could be the broker.
Like the 1 hour is peaking.
Yeah.
But the 15-minute is
All right, here we go. EuroCAD short. It could be just the broker, the way
Okay, right.
they do their stochastics.
Okay.
I don't like this. It's playing games with me. You got another 20 minutes for the US news, so it may be just waiting for that.
I think so, and that's exactly what's happening. Because it's the only thing that's going to drive the market today.
Yeah. All right, maybe jump the gun on EuroCAD.
Excuse me. Let's go down.
Your last three bars on the USD yen should be blue, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And aqua before that, and then pink. My Fitmo is showing the same as yours, is what I'm saying.
On the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a couple of minutes, please.
Swing. Should have waited for the swing to come down. Oh well.
Price is right at previous day low, so it's
On yeah,
on the EuroCAD.
right.
So it's gonna have a hard time. Already went through it and came right back above it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to reverse this market.
Close it out for 6 -6. Don't like the candle anywhere.
Which reverse which market, Santiago?
Oh, the
EuroCAD.
EuroCAD.
Yeah.
Well, if it's gonna go short, it's gonna have to close below that previous day low and
Yeah.
stay below.
Yeah, I jumped in without letting the candle close, so that was my mistake. It's a new 5-minute bar, so I gotta wait the 5 minutes.
Yeah, gold is finally
Is-
moving
course.
down.
Sorry?
No, I
Go-
said gold was finally broke the box, started to move.
Move down.
Yeah, but I don't know. With the news coming out, it's kind of like it may not go too far. 1 minute starting to cycle back up. So
Let's go.
Yeah, they're all playing with the previous day low scenario, you know.
uh,
The USDN broke the previous day high. It's staying above that, so it should go. And then now the 5 minute is cycling.
Wait till the news comes in on the US dollar and then they'll bang it up to 138 even and then possibly drop it from there.
Yeah,
It might go through to 138.50. I don't know.
my target is one.
It's right at resistance on the weekly.
So it's a triple top at this 3 ball on the daily if you look at it.
What are those green horizontal lines? Is that your box drawing thingy?
Yeah, this is the box. This is the indicator we talked about yesterday.
That's an actual indicator.
Yeah. And 1 hour is pulling down, peaking. $15 peaking. I'm gonna wipe out stops before they move it.
Don't you know it?
And all the stochastics on gold are pointing down. So, and the euro dollar. The euro dollar seems to be going short. It's just going sideways.
I'm not going to take any trades until the US news goes off.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to step outside for a few minutes and get some fresh air, try to wake up. Excuse me.
Get yourself a coffee.
Yeah, that's not working though.
Yeah.
They get
Actually,
something else.
actually, that's what I need. Some coffee.
I'll be back in 5, all right?
Okay. Okay, new 5 minute bar.
I think you had one cat news coming out too.
Housing permits, housing starts, all that.
It looks like it expected worse than expected. Forecast.
If it's worse than expected, then the cat should fall. That means your cat should go up. But if oil keeps rising, then cat will remain strong. So Oil is falling.
So cat is starting to weaken.
Yeah.
So well,
They're just tempting people to go short.
yeah,
Then
it's
they'll
already
have,
had 1, 2. It's already had 3 pushes down on the 15, and this is the 4th push is attempting. And it may get it and then reverse it.
maybe a quick pump and dump kind of thing.
Right.
Look at that. People go short. Go short now. Come on. Yeah, they pull this candle again, all the way back up.
There they go again.
I mean, the
It's like
market makers are going to play today because most of the European banks are closed, so there's no volume besides the U.S. volume, right? Even though the
Right.
U.S. is one of the biggest markets in the forex, but a large part is not active today. Just gotta wait till 8:30 for the news. There you go, pulling it back up.
it's crazy. Huh?
Laughing like a sucker.
Like,
Gotcha, sucker.
how many people take the breakout of that?
Yeah. I mean, technically, the breakout is if it closes below.
Very
Right?
close. Yeah.
Candle closes below. If I made the mistake of taking the trade without waiting for the candle to close, and I paid the
Right.
price for it.
And shit, even that's not a guarantee because they just next candle just bring it right back up.
Yeah, true, but at least it's a better indication than taking it in the middle of the candle.
Right.
Oh, the USD news is supposed to be better or what? About the same. Oh, it's just the housing prices. That shouldn't have much of an impact.
I don't know if later on you want to go over like put on a 1-hour chart, put the daily custom candle on it and
Oh,
kind of go
okay, yeah. We will.
kind of go.
I think I'm only going to trade till 9, half hour after the news,
Right.
and get whatever I can, and then we can discuss the custom candle.
Yeah.
The news that's gone off on the US dollar is unemployment claims.
Correct. But there isn't. I mean, the expected versus previous is almost the same. So I don't know how much of an impact that's going to have, but it's the only driver. So, and besides the Canadian, of course.
That and
Oh, there's
F1
existing home sales at 10 o'clock.
right. Oh, and FOMC member Jefferson speaks
Yeah,
on Bar speaks.
They're gonna yap. Yeah. All kinds of havoc.
And Logan speaks.
And
Everybody
Logan,
speaks.
the two of them.
Logan, Barr, and Jefferson.
Full barrel.
The cat at 10 a.m. Somebody speak at 10 a.m. for the cat, so that might push the cat.
That's the tentative, so that probably won't happen. And they're spacing the speeches out. One is at 9:05, one is at 9:30, and one is at 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. And they're making sure that you don't key in on one of the speeches. Oh my God. Okay. And then Canadian, there's a guy, Mackenzie, the POC governor, Mackenzie, speaking at 11. Good card.
Keep an eye on the pound yen for a short.
Pound yen.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hours is going short, but the 1 hour hasn't cycled yet. So if it's a short, it'll be a quick trade.
That might push the USD yen short.
Yeah.
So
And it's already coming short. And it could also be the pre-market thing.
mhm.
There's only a minute left for the
Ay,
news.
ay, 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 ay.
Coming after my stop. That's 30 seconds. There goes the EuroCAD.
Let's say mine is not moving.
Yeah, now they've frozen it.
Okay, the news should have gone off. Anybody
Yeah.
pick up on that?
Now they're getting all the suckers. Look at that.
Ugh.
All right, I'm going short on the EuroCAD. Stop is up here.
What day is it today?
It's very close to the pivot, so let's see what it does.
Oh my God.
About the high, and now it's coming back. The USD yen.
Do with this. I think it's fair to say that this market is all over the place.
Mhm. So it's 5 pips away from this pivot. And close to it. 45, 43. Yeah, came within a pip of it. Pound yen is finally moving short. Pound dollar.
Oh, goodness me.
EuroCAD is having a problem with this pivot. The daily support. I'm up 21 pips. I'm going to take that on the USD yen.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
I'm up 5 pips here. Move my stop loss a little lower. So the stop loss is 11 pips. And I'm looking for, I should make it 25, maybe 26. We got 21 pips on this trade. So what did gold do?
Yeah, drop.
Whoa! Took a dump.
Finally took off.
Oh my God, look at that.
Finally moved.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing about gold you can't anticipate, unfortunately. But it can go 100 pips the other way before it moves.
Yeah.
What was the other thing we were looking at? Pound yen. How is pound yen doing?
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, pound yen went up. The yen dropped. Okay, come on, take the 3 ball out. What was the news on the CAD? CAD was as expected on the new housing price. It didn't have much of an effect. If this doesn't take my 3 ball out, I'll get out. No, whatever the negative, positive, whatever. Probably negative. Pound dollar went down, but then it stalled. Look at that. It's making a recovery.
Actually, I'll be surprised if it goes back up like it did yesterday.
Don't say that.
It took. Oh, you in it?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I mean, it closed below the box, so I was expecting it to stay. But this has been very unpredictable. Okay. Now you got a 3-ball here, a 3-ball here, a 3-ball here. It's doing nothing. It's been hovering around this price forever. 27, 28. Support over there. Went and tested the pivot and now it's dropping back. All right, another minute and a half for decision time. Did you get in a trade there, John?
I'm still in the EuroCAD.
Okay.
I'm going mad. I miss gold, but anyway, I don't. It doesn't.
Gold you couldn't help. I mean, it just spiked, right?
Yeah.
And this is too long a bar, for stop losses and stuff. If 5 minute is strong. 1 minute is still cycling on the EuroCAD. Almost took it out. Come on, you
Yeah.
gonna take it out? All right, there
Yeah.
you go. All right.
Yeah.
We'll lower my stop. So my stop, so 1 pip stop now. And 12 pips from my target.
Well, I have 13 pips locked in on the EuroCAD.
Oh, you got 2 trades on?
No one.
Oh, you got it earlier than I did. Okay.
Well, you called it out. I got in when you called it.
How come you have 13 and I have only 10?
No. I've got my trade is up 22 pips. I've locked in 13.
Oh. Okay.
15:11 is the time I got in at.
Yeah, so you got in almost 20 minutes before I did.
Oh, well, you called it out 20 minutes before you got
Yeah,
in.
but then I got out of the first one.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Okay.
And I'm out of this 7 pips. Okay, so what else are we looking at? What, any other currency you're going to follow?
Oh, I don't have it. Oh my God! Yeah, the US yen took off.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, we went up 53 pips. Okay. Yeah, these charts don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going for the
excuse me.
WR3.
Now what about the euro dollar? Euro dollar is going down. Wow.
Yeah, that one did better than the pound dollar.
Yeah. And Aussie dollar also went down.
This is
Oh,
this
the
is all
dollar's
this is all stock hunting. This is massive stock hunting.
Euro Aussie fell.
Okay.
Nothing. There aren't many good movers except gold. Gold is still moving.
Oh, it's stalling right now.
Yeah. But at least it's not going wide like this, you know.
Right.
You still in the Eurocat there, John?
Yeah, but I'm contemplating getting out.
Okay. It's testing the break of the pivot. It should go after that. If it doesn't close above this, you should be good.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
A new 1 minute bar. And if it doesn't do a change in direction, it should be coming down. Looks like pound is gaining strength. So the trade of the session was the USD yen.
Yep.
Right.
I took my 20 pips here, but it went another 20 pips after that. All right, new 5 minute bar on the Eurocat. And the 1 minute is doing a change of direction, so it's advisable to get out, right?
Okay.
You can always get back in if you want to trade this. But all of the dollar pairs are basically reversing. So Santiago was right. And pound dollar, bang, went straight up. Even after a good candle like this, they just did a evening star, bang. Aussie dollar, same thing. They fooled everybody that the sellers were taking over. Euro dollar, same thing, right? And dollar is the strongest currency right now. Even then it's doing this crap. But the dollar is the strongest, the yen is the weakest, and the USD yen is dropping. Profit taking going on. Any other pair we should be looking at, guys?
Hard to make out, Rajiv, given the way the market is behaving.
Okay,
I just want to see that the US yen got to that. Didn't actually hit it, did it?
which one? This one?
The US yen didn't hit the WR3,
Oh,
but it hit a different.
They still got
It's okay. So
a chance to cycle.
it was only
Five
6 pips, 7 pips away from it. So it may just, this long candle may just come down to the 50 and then bounce. 1 minute is getting ready to cycle again. The EuroCAD is coming down again. So tempted here. Wait for this 1 minute bar to end. Okay, I'm short again. The next pivot.
on the EuroCAD,
Stop above here. So it's a 9 pip stop. And I'm hoping for 13 pips.
yeah, it was,
USD yen is making its way back.
I thought about that a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah,
Maybe
1
this will go
minute.
turn around and go back up again.
Yeah, 1 minute cycle, right? Back in the
Yeah,
into play.
yeah.
So I'll take a gander at it. My target over here. I'm gonna stop below this. Already up 10 more pips. It's right at the WR3 right now.
Okay. Got 25 on the EuroCAD.
Okay, you got out?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do know it's going to the next pivot, right?
Well, hopefully, but it was a pip away from my take profit. So
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm up 14 pips, another 14 pips on the USD end. Gold is coming down again. Really having a hard time with that WR3 on the USD end. So Come on, take it. I'm going to take my 12 pips and run.
On the US yen.
Yeah, take the pip on the year. Okay. So that's 12 plus 20, 32 plus 5 plus 1, 6, 38, 40 pips today in this session. I know you got a lot of pips in this session, right, John?
In this session?
Yeah,
No, I got 25 on the
you're okay. Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Santiago? How are you doing?
I only managed to get 12. My platform froze.
Oh, jeez.
I can't get into anything. I'm just watching you guys make pips. Coulda, shoulda.
All right, so it's not bad. I mean, 60 collectively, it's like 77 pips split between the three of us.
Right.
You want to move? I'm going to be trading for another 10 minutes, and that's it. Then we can go over the custom candle concept. Okay.
All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What? Crap.
The US 30 give, it's after traveling 100 pips already. Boy,
Oh yeah,
that was some setup. That was a perfect setup.
yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Is that 8 pips or is that 4? I have no clue how to read this stupid thing. The 83 pips or 8 pips?
83.
Okay.
33.
I don't trade this. Okay. I think they're all reversing now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm I'm calling an end to the
Okay.
actual
Recording.
trading. We're going to trade a car. We're going to basically discuss a concept. Go ahead, John. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So what currency do you want to discuss there, Santiago?
Just want to kind of go over the 1 hour stochastic.
Yeah, but which
Yeah.
currency do you want to look at?
Don't matter which one you want to pick.
Okay. I want to close out these charts if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you can keep them open. Just add the custom candle.
So yeah, I was going to expand the full chart and add the
Oh.
custom. We do something here. Get rid of the boxes. Okay. And add the custom candle. Custom candle.
Goodness me.
Let's put it on the 1 hour. And this would be the daily.
Or put it on the 1 hour and the 4 hour.
All right, don't have to do anything else, right? Let's make it a little bit thicker. Okay. There we go. All right.
All right, so just go back in history and just look at the daily when you have a strong day versus a mediocre day or a sideways action day, and kind of go through the stochastic, what kind of patterns you have on a strong day.
Okay, so I mean, we had a strong up day and a strong down day, right?
Right.
So we're talking about, let me mark this is the Euro Open right here. And this was if I draw the rectangle for the Asian session, that was the rectangle.
Right.
Okay, so there's a false breakout, but we're looking at the previous day, so 1, 2, 3. And you're expecting it to go back up, bullish, right? So this 1, 2, 3. So you look at the candle down here and you say, okay, the 5 has already cycled up above the 50. The 13 is following. The 13 crosses right there, and that becomes your bullish trade as far as the stochastics are concerned.
Right.
So, and what do you want to look at beyond that?
I'll just look at different patterns.
Oh, okay.
Can I just stop you there for a second?
Yeah.
On the pattern that you've just looked at there, the stochastics, go right down to the bottom of that. Right there, right there, right there. Right, go left a bit, left a bit, left a bit. There. There.
Yeah.
They're all turning up at the same time.
Correct, but this is still below the 20, so it's
I
still
know
bearish.
that, yeah, but they're all turning up at the same time.
Yes.
And when they get above the 20,
50.
is it? Or the
Above the 20 or above the 50?
above the 20, all of them at the same time. You got a really strong move.
Yeah. It was just one candle because of this strong candle here.
Yeah.
That moved, right?
Okay.
So ideally what you're looking for is your trading time frame to be in a bullish formation, which means you're 5 and 13 above the 50 or below the 50, meaning bearish formation, right? For you to take a trade.
Right.
All right, that's on that time frame. But if it's supported by the higher time frame candles, which is what this is, the 4-hour and daily candle is blue, and that is a good trade, right? So something like this here, both candles moving up, but the color of the candle doesn't support it. Now, this is historical. You don't know what color this was at the time, right?
Yeah.
Could have been blue, so it could still give you a trade up.
Yeah.
Right, and this box was probably a bullish box as it was forming, right?
Right.
And then you got the 3 ball, which is a
Okay.
peak, right?
Yeah.
Got the 1-hour peak, and you're just waiting to see where it becomes bearish right there, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
And then say, okay, my bias has now changed to a bearish side, to the bearish side. And you can drop it at this point to the 5-minute. Hopefully you have data. Don't have data. Ay, crap. Went too far. Where did it go?
Now, before you do that,
I have to find my place. Yeah, go ahead.
now at the same locations where you have a trade to the upside and the trade to the downside, right?
Yeah.
Usually that trade to the downside is that second peak.
This one here.
Right.
Yeah, that's a confirmation, right? I'm just saying that your bias changes.
Yeah, it changed. Yes, correct.
It changed on this bar.
Right.
And now, if I had the lower time frame data, I don't know if I have the 15. Let me see if I have the 15.
No, don't worry about the
Yeah.
59.
There you go.
Just go back to your 4-hour now.
And the 4 hours also moving at the same time, right?
Right.
To below 50. So this was really a strong move to the downside.
Right.
That making sense there, John?
So I think I hear him saying is that you guys are saying is that the 1 hour is looking good. You've got the turn, it's above the 50 or below the 50 or whatever.
Right.
And then you're going up to the 4 hour to get confirmation. Is that right?
Well, I'm trying to get you guys to see how the stochastics look like when you have a good a good strong day.
Yeah,
And then compare that to days that are not so. So
yeah.
we're not we're not picking pairs or jumping in trades when the environment is not really there to be traded.
Okay.
Um, and
Go ahead,
that's why
keep
I've got
talking.
that.
I'm just changing the color so it stands out a little bit.
Yeah. So that's why I put the daily candle so you can see how what a bullish day looks like, what a bearish day looks like, and versus a flat day or doji day, and
Yeah, sure.
how those stochastics are acting.
Okay.
All right, so to look at a doji day like this, right?
Right.
Or even something like this.
Correct. Those 2 days. Yeah.
If I'm on the 1 hour and I'm saying, okay, I had a previous day as a bearish, so I'm expecting a bearish move, right? A continuation.
Right.
Unless it breaks the high or whatever, right? I mean, this, if you draw this thing over here. So if you look at this, this is the European Open for us right here on this day. And you see the 5 is moving down, but the 13 is dawdling, right? It's not really following the 5. It starts to follow the 5 when it crosses the 20, right? But then it still hasn't gone below the 50, right? What does the 4 hour look like? And the 5 is peaking at the bottom here.
Okay.
The 4 hour is still moving up, right?
Right.
So you have a 4 hour, 1 hour conflict, which means it's going to be a sideways motion.
Okay.
They're not coming into sync just yet. Then it starts to go up, right? This is your bullish pattern. So you say, okay, I have a bullish trade, 4 hours supporting it, right?
Yeah.
And so you can take a buy trade here. This is a 1 hour after the London Open. Okay.
Yeah.
As you progress, you see that both of these go below 20, right, on this bar, right? Actually, they're both below 50. Now you look at the H4, H4 also goes below 50. Is there any doubt at that point this is a bearish move?
Right.
You can get in here and there's your trade, right? 100 some pips. Now, these are the 2 days we were looking at as sideways. So this is the Euro Open, okay? What do we see on the 1 hour? The 1 hour is looking bearish, right? They're both below 50, with the 60 also down here. What does the H4 look like? H4 is also below, and the 60 is moving sideways for now. And this is peaking, so it's probably going to come down. So if you take a trade here to the downside, how far do you think it's going to go? You are expecting it to go at least to here, right?
Yeah.
And that's 25 pips.
Well, that's where I would have set my target.
Right. I'm just saying that that's your expectation, right?
Yeah.
And then you come down here and it's starting to peak. The 5 is starting to peak, right? Or trough. And this is definitely a trough, right?
Yeah.
5 is rising, 13 is out over here. And then the 5 crosses the 50 and the 13 crosses the 50. So what is the H4 looking like? H4 is still down here. Had moved from the bottom, right? Very strong bearish. So are you going to take this long trade? Probably not, right?
No.
So now you come down here and your 13 is actually leading the 5, right? You see that?
Yeah.
And then H4 is still down at the bottom. So now there's a possibility that this is a short trade. And this would be confirmed on the 5-minute, 15-minute combination, right? Let's say you took the short at the end of this bar, somewhere in here, that's 50 pips. Now it's peaking here, right? What is the H4 doing? H4 is rising. It's not at this point, but it's rising and they're not moving together. So do you think that this is going to be a good trade to the upside?
No.
Anybody?
No.
So
It's
we
gonna be
have to
challenging.
wait for a cycle to really get the uptrade, right? Because these
Yeah.
two are far apart.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a slow mover.
Yeah.
So you go to the H1 and say, start looking, and here's the H1 moving together, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's when they're moving together on the 1 hour. Yeah.
Correct. And then the 4 hour is still not ready. No
Okay.
trade.
All
Right?
right. Okay.
And go back to the H1. Here's another cycle. And this is at 9.
Right.
Yeah, that's the cycle. Look at the H4. Again, H4 is cycling up, but the 13 is still down here.
Okay.
I mean, you can take a long trade, but these are iffy trades, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna struggle with those trades, back and
Right.
forth, back and forth, back and forth.
So here's another one, right? The cycle. And the 4 hour, okay, it's come out, so it looks better, but it's still not there, right?
Right.
So where's the next cycle? Here's the next cycle. Every cycle you're looking at the heart, and here we go. Now it's giving you a good trade, but it's all the way up here.
Yeah.
So do you want to go back to the H1, or you just look for a cycle on the 4 hour?
Good
Then
question.
drop it down to the H1
Yeah.
and look for your cycle there, and there's your trade. Now, I mean, this is 1500 hours, which is 8 o'clock in the morning, my time, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't get much out of this trade, right? But I know now that the 4 hours in bullish territory.
Yeah.
The candles are already telling me that, right? That's what the blue candle tells me, that the 4 hour has moved into bullish territory. So we went through 2 sideways markets, one with a short trade and the other one with nothing, right? And we only got a short trade here when the 1 hour and 4 hour got into sync. So this was the entry, right?
Right.
Two entries here, 25%, whatever. Then we come to the next day. And this is the euro open, right?
Yeah.
The 1 hour cycling down, but we're expecting it to be bullish because the 4 hour is bullish, right? So, but we look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is peaking, right? Troughing, whatever you want to call it. It's over here. It's not in a bullish pattern, right? Now you can look for the cycle on the 1 hour, which happens over here. This is 7 o'clock in the morning, my time. And 4 hours moving together now. I mean, 4 hours moving up. The 13 is already above 18, so it's still, still bullish. This is turning bullish. Now you can drop it down to the 5 and 15, get your entry. That's in the middle over there, and that's 100 pips. Now we come to the next day. Here's the euro open. So what is the 1 hour doing? You can see it's trying to do something. Goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. And you can see it's a sideways motion, right?
Yeah.
And you go to the H4. H4 is moving down. That's because in this one ball cycle, right? So you have to wait for the 4 hour to start moving. Let's say this finishes over here. This is the start of the new 4 hour bar. Go to the 1 hour. And you got through all this BS. with two ball retrace. Your 1 hour gets into sync here. And there's a trade. 30 pips. This was on a doji day. So you avoided all of this trap.
Yeah.
And he got a few pips out of it, but this was a day that there was really no trade. Right?
Right.
And then you come to the next day. So day by day, you're looking at the start of the day. First of all, what is the H4 doing? The H4 is peaking, right? We already have a 2 ball here. We know it's coming down, right? So our bias is a short, correct?
Right.
So you look at the H1 and say, okay, if my bias is short and this goes short over here, what is the H4 doing? H4 is still up here. It's not come out of the 20 yet. So back here, and here's the second option, right? To come down. What is the H4 doing?
Okay.
H4 is cycling. This is great. Right? You know it's a retracement because the 60 is not following. It's still up here. Okay, so now you take a trade somewhere in here and you get out somewhere in here for 40, 50 pips. This was Newsday, obviously. So you may have wanted to wait for the news. Now you got next day. Stop me whenever I'm getting boring. This is a peak. It's turning short over here. What is the 4 hour doing? 4 hours still in the 2 ball cycle. And it is the 13 is down here, the 5 is up here. Start of the new 4 hour bar. We are over here. Wait for the cycle. Somewhere in here. Another 50 pips. You can see the daily hasn't moved much. Okay. Come to the next day. I know I'm being repetitive, but you let me know if you want me to stop, right? So the 5 is cycling up, the 13 is down here. This is not a good formation, right? So we look at this here. This is at 5 in the morning. This is probably a news day also.
Oh, but look at the cycle down.
This one?
Yeah, because that would be it looks good, right?
Yeah.
Because
But if you look at the 4 hour cycling up.
right.
So you won't take that trade.
Correct. So and that's trying to what I'm trying to get to is when the 4 hour, even though the 1 hour looks perfectly good, it was like, man, there's a nice cycle down, perfect. If it's not in sync with the 4 hour, it's just not going to be a good trade at all, no matter how good the 1 hour looks.
Right. Right. Anything else you want to add?
No.
So you want the 1 hour stochastic to be going in the direction of the 4 hour stochastics.
Correct. I mean, you want the
Okay.
synchronization.
So you're back to the 4 hour and the 1 hour in the same direction.
Correct. We've
Whether
always
it's-
been like that.
I know.
It's just
So how can you trade the 5 minute then based on that?
Well, once you get your direction, right, then you can lower it down to the 5 minute and take your trades.
Yeah, okay, fine. Right.
But you have to make sure your 4 hour, 1 hour are in sync. Otherwise,
Okay.
you're going to get chopped like I did today. I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we have a peak or a trough, as we call it, but they're still not there, right?
Yeah.
Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour itself is not ready, right? So you wait for the next bar, the start of the 4 hour, and the 1 hour is ready.
Okay.
There's your trade. It's a 40 pip stop loss, 121 pip trade. Now, how do you avoid this, right?
Yeah, that looked like it was some kind of news or something.
This news. So either you wait for the news or you wait for the 60 to get above the 50 and take a trade. 70 pips. Because the 60 moving of the 50 means that it is very strong, right?
Okay.
You remember when we first started the 1 minute trade, we said, okay, look at the where the 60 is in relation to the 50 and just take trades in that direction,
Yeah.
right? This is just giving you an earlier entry. This is giving you the short entry. So anything after that, this is a long trade. 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 Okay. So if I look at this here, this is, I know this is the end of the day. This is a cycle, bullish cycle. What is the 4 hour going to show me? Strong, all the way up here, right? If you look at this cycle, what is the 4 hour going to show me? 4 hours is still strong up here. If I look at the next cycle, now this is an interim cycle with the one ball retracement, so I have probably ignored that. So you look at this cycle, what is the 4 hour showing me? 4 hours cycling to the upside. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you come over here and say, okay, this is a 1 ball retrace, so I'm ignoring that. This is now over here. Let's see. What is the 4 hour doing? 4 hour is cycling down. It's a conflict. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the next cycle is up here, right? Well, all this is not a cycle because the 13 and 5 are not moving in the same direction.
Okay.
Here's the next possibility. Holy cow, 4 hours in sync. And I know Santiago and I haven't discussed this, but this was our original concept of using the stochastics, is look at the 60. If it's above the 50, then it's a bullish trend, and you take the cycles in that direction. I just adapted that to the 1 minute with the 5 pip trades, right?
Yeah.
So now we look over here. Is this a good entry? You're in a 1 ball recycle, a retracement, right? If I look at the 4 here, it's probably cycling down. Look at that. Right? The 4 is in a 3 ball coming down. Okay. Even though it's weekly and daily are both blue, the stochastics are not favoring that motion, right? So back to the 1 hour. And you say, okay, here's my next cycle up, right? And I'm ignoring the balls and stuff. But so look at the 4 hour. 4 hour cycling up. Okay, I may get a good trade here. Right? It's a retracement trade now because I know the 3 balls up here. This is a peak. And this is the trade down, right? On the 1 hour. 60 minutes up here. I mean, the 60 is up there. What is the 4 hour doing? 4 hours cycling down with it ready. It's not quite ready yet, is it?
No.
I mean, it is cycling. I mean, it is a strong cycle.
Yeah.
But-
As long as the 1 hour gives you a good cycle, then yeah.
Okay. So you're saying this is a good, well, this is all the way down here, right? So the good cycle comes over here. But this is also all the way down here, right? So you start looking at it over here. And this crosses over.
Right.
You look at the 4, and the 4 is in a cycle. There's a trade. End of day, 25 pips. 50 pips to the bottom. Now the 60 has moved over to the downside. Here's the cycle down. And look at the 4 hour. 4 hours down here, strong. Here's the cycle. Here's the trade. Asian session. This is 4 o'clock. This is the end of the Asian session. Here's the next cycle down. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is at the bottom, very strong. Here's a trade short. Now it starts to cycle up. What is the 4 hour doing? 4 hours cycling, but look at that. There's a separation. This is a one ball retracement on the 4 hour. So is this a trade? I mean, this is a spike, right? This is probably news. We wait till the next day. That's 4. That's 5 a.m., right? My time.
Okay.
And the 5 is moving down, the 13 is moving up. I wouldn't
Okay.
take that trade. That's not a good cycle,
Okay.
right? Right?
Yeah.
And now my next cycle down is over here. What is the 4 hour doing? 4 hours peaking. Do I take that trade? Probably not, right?
I wouldn't have thought so.
So this is the end of day.
Yeah.
This is the European session. 5 is already down here, 13 is up here, still moving,
Right.
time is moving down. It's not
Yeah.
a good setup. But the 1 hour is giving you a trade. Right?
All right.
That's the general idea. I think that's
Okay.
what we're talking about here.
Right.
Now, if you look at my head turning trades that I lost my shirt on, I'm looking at it over here on the 1 hour. Right? The 1 hour is giving me a short right there. Right? And I was actually short here when I got out. I shouldn't have gotten out. But the 4 hour is going down. And I was flipping and flopping all over the place. But the trade short is right here. Here's the trade. And I should have just stayed in it. And well, in the H1, I'm still on the trade. And that is a 40 pip trade. So the concept is still good. It's when you get in the throes of trading, I seem to lose track. You know,
All right.
look at this doji, went all the way down, all the way up. Still got trades out of it in both directions. So the long and short of it is when you come in on the European session, let's say yesterday when you came in, that's the European session. You're all the way down here. Are you going to be looking for shorts? Boy,
Okay.
don't know. Let's look at the 4.
All right.
4 hours trophy, but it's down here.
Okay. You're on the pound US.
Yeah.
Right. Head out to the
So,
1 hour.
and then the 1 hour is over here. So you have to wait for the next cycle, right?
Okay.
And the next cycle is actually an up cycle. So what is the 4 hour doing at that point? 4 hours rising.
I was just going to ask on the 1 hour. That looks to me like a double bottom on the price action. Okay.
Mhm.
So on the stochastics. Current live at the moment, live. Right. So these appear to be wanting to turn back up.
Are you sure?
No, I'm just asking. I'm thinking out loud here, right? So my point is that they appear to be wanting to turn back up on the 1 hour. Now I go to the 4 hour. So if you go to the 4 hour, yeah, it's flatlining at the moment.
Mhm.
Okay, so take me back now to the 5 minute. Okay. So now I'm looking for this to recycle back down anyway.
I mean, once again, look at the colors.
Yeah.
You have a long 1 hour bar, right? The aqua is cycling up,
Yeah.
basically peaking, right?
Yeah.
It peaked to the downside and now it's peaking to the upside. It tells you it's a sideways motion, right?
Yeah.
Even if it gives you interim red, which this was probably red, right?
Right.
If you go to this bar, let's say, right, and you say, okay, this was red, assuming, and you go look at the 15 minute, the 15 is cycling down, right? What is the 1 hour doing? 1 hour is actually moving up at that point, right? This was pointing up. So you have to wait for the recycle if you're going to go short. So if you look at the 15 minute, it gives you a signal to go short here, right? And the 1 hour is still pointing up. Are you actually going to take that short? Well, you could, right? I mean, you go down to the 5 minute and you say, okay, it's already down here. Maybe the 1 minute you give me a trade.
Right.
And there's a trade on the 1 minute right there. But you know it's not going to last long because the 1 hour and the 15 minute are not moving in unison. Right?
Okay.
So if you just take your profits to the previous day low or whatever, right? You know you're going to get in and out within 5 bars.
Okay. All right.
Because you're not going to risk more than 5 minutes. Because you already know the 5 is already down here, right? And you're going to keep your eye on that from over here. But as soon as this starts to move up, which is here, you're out.
Okay.
So we're right here, you're out.
Right.
10 pips, which is what I didn't do today, right? In the European session, when I got chopped up.
Okay. All right.
See, this it looks good over here, but it kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. It kept taking stops out. Every time it moved down, they took a stop out. And they took the lower here, they took the stop out. Then they moved lower here, it came back and took the stop out.
Yeah.
So they were doing, for scalpers, they were doing stop hunting.
Yeah, but look, come here. We looked at this morning and we decided that like this is a no trading day really because like the banks were closed in Europe. Okay.
Which is a perfect way to look day to look at for stochastics to see how they work, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The point is when you're doing your analysis for the session or for the day, you're looking at your H1 and seeing if the H1 and H4 are moving together. Right?
Yeah.
Which is where the indicator I created at the bottom helps. Because when they're in sync, you can see it right away. Or you can see it right here, H1 and H4 moving.
All right, okay.
I took that off because I can see all my time frames here.
All right.
But if I put that indicator on, you'll see. Give me a second. Where is it? I forget which version it was. Yes.
And when you get a chance, change that daily custom candle to a 15-minute and put it on the 5-minute chart?
Yeah. I will, give me a second. All right, so now this is not it. Where is that? Yeah, it was this one. Current time frame. I'll just leave it at that. Colors are all different. Which version was I looking at? Why are these colors all different? Okay, there we go.
All right.
And leave it at, let's looking at it for the 1 hour. And then, version 4. So you can see where the sync comes in, right?
Right.
And you can change these to red and blue, so we don't have to worry about below 50, above 50 crap. All look the same. So, and so came into sync here, came into sync here, to sync here. So you can see the sync happening historically also, right?
Right.
And here's the long syncs. So on these doji days, you know, you have a long sync and no sync, right?
Yeah.
On the flat days, where are the flat days? Like this is a flat day, but you know the sync comes in for a long,
Okay.
long, right? All right. So we change the custom candle. What did you want to change it to? Mateo,
Oh, to a 15-minute.
15-minute time frame, but what candle do you want? You want a 4-hour candle?
No. 15-minute candle
On which time frame?
on the 5-minute. Or let me see, maybe a 1 hour would do better.
1 hour, 15-minute candle?
No. I'm saying either the 15 or the 1 hour, but try the 15 first
Okay.
on the 5-minute. Now go to today where you say you got chopped up. The area where you got chopped up.
Right here.
Okay. So one of the things that when I'm scalping, I'm looking at the beginning of every 15-minute candle and see if I have a setup. If I don't have a setup and in the direction that I want to trade, then I'm not trading within that 15-minute candle.
So like this candle here starts, right?
Like that's the start of that 15-minute candle. You
But
see that
there's no
everything,
setup.
well, everything is peaking, right?
Yeah.
And everything is coming down together.
Right.
So it's a good cycle down.
Yeah.
For a scalp. Because you're scalping the swings.
Correct.
All right, then you move on to the next after that 5-minute peak. Move on to the next 15 minutes, starting the next 15-minute candle.
Right
And
then.
you don't really have any good swings, any fresh swing or nothing.
Correct.
And it looks like it wants to swing up. So
Correct.
You
But-
you either take the scalp up or wait for it to
Come
set up
down
to go
again.
short again, which don't happen till
Right
the
there.
next 15-minute candle.
Right.
So the start of that 15-minute candle is when you get another setup to go short. See, that helps me kind of stay out of some of the choppiness
Yeah.
and just wait to the next candle to see if I actually have a setup for a move down.
Okay. So like this one here is going up, so you can take a scalp up.
Yeah, you can take a quick scalp up
And then this one here is
because the bias is down, is to the downside, right? So
right.
you
So I
want to
take
try to
this
find
down,
right.
start of this, there's a setup here down. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. I should have just taken my swing trade is what I'm saying, from
Right.
here and just stayed with it.
Right. But that's how when I scalp, I break it down into 15-minute sessions,
Right.
um, just to keep me in track. So if the market is strong, like the strong move up in those from 3 ball to 3 ball,
Mhm. So that would be your entry and you just stay with it.
yeah, and yeah, because it's steady moving in the same is
Yeah.
a cycle coming into each from 15 from one 15-minute to the next is all one cycle.
So we come over here, the cycle changed. So now you have a 3 ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trading in that 15, the next 15, I'll be trading that 15-minute.
I have to get used to it. It's just not the way I think, right? It's just mentality at that point.
I mean, if you think about it, the trades usually start off at the beginning of the 4 hour, beginning of the 1 hour, beginning of
Mhm.
15-minute. That's when you
Right.
get your next possible move.
Right.
So you want to be a good setup at the beginning of each specific candle. Now change that to a 1 hour.
I was going
See how
to.
oh, see how we would have done at the beginning of each hour if we have good setups on that.
So beginning, I'm over here, right? Beginning of the hour. No
You
short
don't
here
have a setup. You have a short at the middle of
in
the
the
hour.
middle, right? But beginning, no short. There's a short at the beginning here. In middle, right?
Yeah, like what 15 minutes into the 1 hour candle.
Yeah.
That's when you get your short
Right. So in this case, you're waiting for a setup short within the hour, right?
within the hour. So within that hour, you got 2 setups. Short.
We got one short here
Right.
and another short in here. Okay. So this works better for a swing trade, the 1 hour. So
Right.
you're
Yeah.
getting these.
For your entries, right? Because you got the everything. That's one big swing.
Yeah.
But when you break it down to when do I need to get in
Right.
within this hour,
Right.
you're looking at the 5-minute swings to get you into the the most optimal place within that hour.
Right. I mean, that's like using the time slicer, right? It's the same thing.
Right. Right. But now you can use the time slicer and kind of visualize already, from looking at the candles.
Right.
Why are you doing it? I've made more pips scalping, but I just don't have the time to scalp anymore like I did at work, like I
Right.
was. And that's
Yeah,
how that's how I was doing it. And it could be 6 to 8 pips, whatever it was, whatever the that cycle gave me. And plus, you have your I use the even though I'm playing the 5 minute cycles, I have my 1 minute stochastic to reference for even better timing.
right. Yeah, I mean, you can use the same concept on the 1 minute with a 15-minute time slice.
Right.
And this was, I think this was today, right? Yeah. So here's a 15-minute. Here you get your trade. It's one trade. And you don't get a setup till here. Second trade. And you don't get a setup till here. That's your third trade. Then sort after setup here. It's not a good setup. And there's a possible setup here. Okay. I should have used that. So John, your 1 minute trading is more refined. You still there?
Sorry, I'm here. Yeah.
You see, I've drawn the 15-minute intervals on the stochastic itself.
Yeah.
Make it thicker. You can hardly see it. The line.
You see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I can change the color to change it to not using yellow there, so yeah, it's yellow. Okay. Let's say you come in over here. Here's your first cycle down. Two pips. And you don't get another cycle till over here. That's 15 pips. Next cycle is at the beginning over here. Another 12 pips. Next cycle is over here. And I'm going 15 within the 15-minute. I'm taking my trade off at the end of the 15-minute. 13 pips. There's no trade here. There's a trade here. Then it peaks 2 pips. And a possibility of a trade here. And it turns around. So 3 pips, 2 pips. What was it? 12 pips, 15 pips, and 2 pips. 17 and 12, 29, 31, 33 pips.
That's amazing. That's amazing scalping.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like phenomenal scalping. That's on the pound US.
That's on the pound yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's awesome. It's just awesome, right?
Yeah.
And it's awesome because it's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's easy on the eye, it's less complicated than having to look at, like for the purpose of scalping. And I mean, Santiago hit the nail on the head there. He made more money when trading when he was scalping, when he had the time to do that, right?
Right. I mean, the great thing is that if you take a trade here and a stop loss here, it's like a 6 pip stop loss, 5 pip stop loss. Right?
One trade at a time, one currency pair.
Yeah.
And I tell you, you will just absolutely fly the prop account. You'll fly it.
Yeah. I mean, there are 4 to 5 pip stop losses.
Yeah.
This one a little bigger, I think. No, 6 pips.
And you know, I would take trades on both sides, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
you go-
yeah,
like that two ball in the bottom, right?
yeah.
No. Go up. Right, the two ball after the yellow ball that peaked.
this one.
Yeah. So I'm looking at that as a fresh 15-minute. You know, I'm starting a fresh 15-minute. I have a two ball. I'm expecting a two ball retracement, and I'm getting a good continuation pattern to go along.
Yeah.
And I'm out of that quick because I know, you know, if the overall sentiment is short, then I'm really just looking for shorts. But that's an opportunity to catch some pips on the upside.
Sure.
And
Same thing here.
you know, I wouldn't risk that because it's not a good pattern, right? It's just
This
a
one
swing
here?
up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a swing rate.
But this
Okay.
one is.
Yeah, that one's a good pattern, so I will risk it on that one.
Yeah. When this one is.
Right.
I mean, it's the 5 to 10 pips, but that's what the scalp will give you anyway.
Yeah. And you
Right,
know,
right.
more often than not, you know, 4 or 5 of those trades and you're done.
And how much time? There's like maybe what 40 or 50 pips in there, depending on how.
If you do it both ways, yeah, it's about 50 pips.
All right, and how much time?
Like
do that take?
you're trading the entire market for the movement.
Correct.
Right.
And this is a 3-hour window, right? 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Right.
From here to here.
And now you, on top of that, now you go with how I used to get more pips is on the way down, I double my positions. On the way up, I just take one position.
So
instead
2
of making,
positions, 1 position, 2, 1,
right.
2.
So
One.
now instead of making 50, I'll be making 150,
Right.
200 pips, and that's short period of time.
You can accommodate that because your stop losses are so small that you're not
So-
risking
Right.
your account. This is a refinement on what we had discussed, John, earlier, where we took the 60 into account.
Right.
And then took the cycles. Like this would be a trade.
Okay.
This would be a trade, right?
Yeah.
This
Well,
would be
that
a
to
trade.
me, I'm just talking about me here. Just when I look at that, what I'm looking at there right now, I mean, that is very, very, very doable for a 2-year-old, right?
I don't know about a 2-year-old. 2-year-old wouldn't have the attention span.
Okay, well, say a 4-year-old, right? Because the more we look at all these setups and systems and everything, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that's going through my mind the whole time is how can we simplify it? How can we simplify it? How can we make it simple, right?
Mhm.
Such that we could explain it to a 4-year-old and that 4-year-old could explain it to another 4-year-old, right? And basically what we're seeing here is when these things are all red, go short, and when they're all blue, go long, okay? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And the law of numbers will tell you that the more, like if you took, I don't know, 20 trades, chances are you're going to make an average of 2 or 3 pips a trade and you're done.
Right.
You know, you make more,
Right.
you know, I mean, and then you just got to go down now and look at the stochastic underneath and say, right, is that in sync with that? Yes, it is. Take the trade, bang.
Right.
Right. And it's got it for me anyway. Like when it's that simple, like I really get it, you know.
No,
I mean, it's a similar process for any time frame, right?
yes,
So
yes.
if you're looking at the 15-minute time frame, right?
Yeah.
And I put a 4-hour slicer on it.
Or probably a 1 hour.
Well, I mean, the sister time frame is the 4 hours. That's what I was saying. But let's see what the 4 hour looks like, and then we can always reduce it. 2, 4, 0. Visualization 15. And you say, okay, I have a 4 hour, and what is my bias here? The bias is long, so here's a trade, right?
Yeah, happy days.
And there's the next 4 hour. Here's the setup.
Yeah.
Here's the next 4 hour. And we're coming down with this too far apart. There's the short. There's a short. There's the short, right? Short, short, short. So,
But you're only looking at one time frame.
right, but I have the 4 hour window.
But you're only looking at one time frame. When you're scalping, you were looking at the 1 minute. This is not scalping.
No, this is swing.
This is swing, right? So this
Yeah.
is on the 15 minute. You're not looking at any other time frame if this is what you're trading.
Correct. So where did I have the one? Did I have the 1 hour? That's the daily.
All right.
That's the 60 minute. It's on the 5. So
now if you want to, you can scalp and swing at the same time.
don't make it complicated.
All right. Okay. I mean, what you were showing me on the 1 minute is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fantastic too, but
Here's the 1 hour, every hour.
A lot of times I would either scalp off the 5 minute or the 15 minute.
Yeah.
Only because I have I will use the Stochastics 5 minute, like he has right there.
Yeah.
I use the actual 15 minutes chart for my slicer. Give me the beginning of each 15-minute chart.
Right.
But I use my 5 minute and 1 minute stochastics to let me know if I have a trade within that 15 minutes. So it's the same concept like going down to the 1 minute, but I would do it on the actual 15-minute chart and just trade off my 5 minute and 1 minute stochastics.
right. So you're in and out all the time.
Right.
So you could be in front of your computer for an hour, and you could have taken, you could have taken anything from 5 to 10 trades depending on how it was moving.
Right. Or even more than that. Yeah. Sometimes
Even more than that, exactly. All right. Yeah. Okay. That sounds really cool. Really cool.
So when I do it off the 15-minute chart, it allows me to be flexible. Meaning
Yeah.
if I want to stay in there longer because I have a good 15-minute setup, then I could just let it ride.
Okay.
Or I could just continue playing each 15-minute candle as it develops.
But John, for the purposes we are talking about, the 1 minute works or the 5 minute works for us, the way we think.
Well,
right?
That's my kind of trading, and I love what I'm looking at there now. That's just, what you were showing me on the 1 minute is just fabulous.
Right.
Because you're looking at tiny stops.
Yes.
You
can maximize your lot size.
Yes, you can. You can go much higher lot sizes without ever running the risk of blasting out through your daily maximum loss, whatever it is. You can almost set 1% of a maximum daily loss, and I mean, if you hit that, you're out for the day. Forget it. Go back the next day.
And it's very, very little chance of hitting that if you do it properly. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And you're London
you're looking at anything from 4 to 5 pips stop loss on just about every trade you take.
Yes, between 4 and 8, depending on how big the bar is, right?
That's an awful lot better than 25 or 30.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. No, that's absolutely fabulous. That's fantastic.
I don't have to worry about last bar, knowing the stops, blah blah.
Just keep it so simple.
And to add to that, if you do it on gold, which what I was doing, I was able to make more pips because the moves were much larger moves.
Yeah. So here's the gold, right? I mean, the stops are a lot larger, but your pips are also a lot bigger. Here's a stop, 14 pip stop. And 8 pip, right? You get another trade over here for 16 pips. So your stop loss is still small
Yeah,
comparatively, and we can make 20 pips in one shot, right?
Yeah.
Like here.
right there. You'll get the move. You'll always
Yeah.
get the move on gold. Always.
That's a 15 pip stop loss and 40 pip trade.
Yeah. Now you're done. You're done now for the day.
That's $16,000 on 40 lots.
Yeah, you are done for the day. And this is where the discipline comes in. You have to walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, if you're using 2 lots, that's 80 lots. 30.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly.
I don't want to blow people's minds, but yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was looking to do, and I didn't follow that.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
Even I could do even I could do that using the stochastic system. That's
so you're
pretty
comparing
damn
yourself
amazing.
to a 2-year-old. Hey, John,
What?
so you're comparing yourself to a 2-year-old.
Yeah. When it comes to all this computer stuff, that's what I'm like. My 8-year-old granddaughter could mesmerize me what she can do on a computer, right?
All right.
My 4-year-old grandson is better at maths than I ever was. It's unreal what's going on out there, you know.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old, and that's you know, that's how simple I need it to have explained. And if you can explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old, I'll get it.
Bloody gold. Look at it. Look at what it moved. Look at that.
You go.
I was looking at it this morning and saying, okay, I need to get in this one. And I took my eyes off and it moved.
Yeah.
150 pips.
All right.
Would have
Okay,
moved
well,
for
look, it's just
those
coming up to the
things.
top of the hour, and I gotta go and get some food in for dinner. I'm on the cooking
Okay.
thing again tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to end the session.
Right.
So
Well,
thank
this
you
has
all
been
for
a
coming.
brilliant. This has
Appreciate
been a
it.
brilliant session. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Have a good one. See you all next week.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.